Okay, artificial reef society of British Columbia got involved with 4 warships. One of them was HMCS Columbia, Saskatchewan, Mackenzie, Yukon. I'm stuck in here. Okay, I just wanted to cover that. Oh, righty. So I'm doing these videos, getting them out of the way. Burrard Dry Shipyard, North Vancouver. Ooh, squeezing around here. Ooh. I grew up in North Vancouver, Edgemont Village. We used to go down, or I used to go down, Lonsdale Avenue a long time ago. Burrard Dry Shipyard. Sit down looking at the erection shop and the flashes of sparks and welding. Sunny out today. And Bill McDonald was my buddy at the time. We went under the tunnel under Lonsdale Avenue. Well, Burrard Dry was right down a huge shipyard. Biggest, built the ships too. Restigouche class warships, Mackenzie class warships. I got involved with warships, Mackenzie, Columbia. Also, Johnny Sedor in the 70s, who worked for Burrard Dry, was in the shipyard talking about, well, he's teaching me how to machine stuff, and he's a supportive person. He used to hang out in his basement all the time. His whole house was like the 40s. He was wartime production in the shipyard for a long time. Told me the stories about things vanishing in the shipyard. So the big issue back before internet nonsense was born about things vanishing in shipyards. That's how it attracted my mind. Johnny had a Sheldon lathe. Taught me everything about lathe, how to do Babbitt bearings. I would talk about his adventures at the shipyard. I'm going to try and keep this short. But anyway, I had a lot of fun with Johnny Sedor. He'd visit me at Mrs. Murphy's, which is where I lived the 70s on up to when I pulled out by half the way and U.S. military people to give demonstrations. Okay, but back to the shipyard stuff. Oh, we'd talk. He'd always invite me for a cup of coffee or tea. Actually, along with Bill McDonald, my buddy at the time, who was interested in what I was interested in. Mid-70s all the way up to about 1980. Johnny Sedor passed away from cancer, from the lungs, from all the arc welding and stuff that was going on. And we talk about vanishing objects. I'm thinking of all this all the time. Could it be that the heavy welding, a special accidental wrap of heavy cable around something? In those days, everything was kind of scattered around, and welding, a lot of welding. Could have been the coil of wire with a circle wrapped around something else. And there's a lot of revolving machinery down there and high-speed spindles for grinding and everything as well. So I've been looking up on AI about Burrard shipyards. Found some interesting information. So on HMCS Columbia, it was didn't have a DLEX, Destroyer Life Extension project on it. My job was taking apart all the artillery and electronics. Every ship was about a year long, so I had 5 years of a lot of fun, okay? And the caretaker at nighttime would always say about Columbia was haunted. It was actually used in Xfiles.com, look it up, endgame.com. and a video I uploaded too. So it's interesting, this vanishing stuff, because I have had things vanishing in correlation to probably the high negajoule, not negajoule, but joules of energy, just capacitor discharge along with high frequency energy. It seems to be a common thing with me, and I want to try to explore it. Bob Greener inspired me to talk about it after watching his video. Oh. Because I left comments, so I should back it up or something anyway. I'll copy and paste AI on it onto the description. I'll just label it Burrard Yarrow Shipyards, Mackenzie. And they made all the warships there. A very interesting place. And the ships were very interesting. One is HMCS Yukon, that's down in San Diego by a Diving Unlimited company, owns it. They sunk it and it's a diving wreck. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so I do have a lot of artifacts and pieces and parts off of the ships, as well as Mackenzie and Columbia and Yukon and other ones. Very exotic stuff. After all, watching Alex Pizarro picking up a metal sample of mine and putting his fingerprints in it, saying it was cold and felt like butter or something like that. Although butter would leave a residue, but no residue was on his hands. He just started put his hand over his mouth and started laughing. I don't know what George is going to think about this. They won't believe me. That's what he basically said. The sample I sold on eBay, I think, to Scotland, who wants to remain anonymous, but I think Bob Greener knows who it is. Other than that, I sold everything on eBay over a number of years and made a lot of money on it, on all the samples. And some of them were bought in bulk. You can see some of them on some of the YouTube people, like presenting them on their channel. Oh, there's Gamachi, and Over Sober, the YouTube channel. But anyway, I'm gonna get back to work and but actually I would do it all again if it was a possibility. And maybe should enjoy it watching like that. So what do we got off these Navy ships? I mentioned these type of receivers, RBF. Got this from a friend back east. It's $40,000 to rebuild one of these. And I like these things, okay? As you can tell, I got lots of them. Yeah, rhodium-coated coil stuff is this series. RCA. Engine, pre-superheterodyne, the regeneration receivers. Take a separate power supply. I find them and buy them. I got lots of them. I'm amazed at the engineering. And the engineering also in this guy. I learned a lot from him, taking them all apart, cleaning it all out, and reassembling it. Synchro motors and switch gear. It's amazing. Have not found one anywhere else. Probably is the only one on Earth. I don't know. Here's the Mark 14 gyros. Air-driven gyro system. Other wonderful, unique things. Solid bronze, the whole thing, that one. So, yeah. This is a real heavy receiver. Synchro motors. Lots of them. Transmitters and receivers. Synchro motors. So a lot of interesting engineering that was done a long time ago. It's kind of forgotten about. Columbia stuff. So I don't keep it short. Well, a lot of weird and wonderful things. But a lot of all the stuff is mostly forgotten by people nowadays. Except for a few lunatics like myself. Okay, I'll end this now.